they might have a hard time with their peers, right? Figuring out. We do have, a kid here and there who might, on a autistic spectrum or something like that, which makes it harder for them to join into situations like that. That's not the norm, but we do have a couple of situations like that. And just some kids just, maybe they're new, maybe they're shy, maybe, there's those other things. Why?
Or they like the teacher.
Or they like the teacher. There's all those factors as well, conversation. But I mean, generally it's because it's a safe, and they're not going to say, no, I don't want to talk to you. It's like, no, I don't want to play with you. Go play with somebody else. So you're going to have those kids. What about the kid who comes and tattletales every recess about somebody? Tells you, so-and-so did this to me, or that person did this to me, that person did this to me. What do you do with them?
I think that you should talk at the beginning. We talked about that, at the beginning of the year. I would say we showed you some strategies how to resolve your problems. Could you go and try first, to resolve the problems with the person? And if she's not listening, be very nice, speaking very nicely to the kid. Be polite, listen to. And if you can resolve the problems together, this is what we are trying to teach you actually, how to resolve the problems between you, each other. Then you can come and we will try to figure it out together. That was one instant I would kind of approach this.
I mean, as far as from pre-K all the way up to, we keep our mantra is always try and solve it yourself, use your words, don't touch, push the person, whatever, try and negotiate, all those sorts of things. And then we're supposed to be the last stop, right? The adult person is supposed to be where they can come. But, I mean, there are instances, I think, where people do say, you go deal with it, or you go, and the adult person doesn't always step in. And I think for kids, that's sending a message, well, okay, I've tried all this, you've told me all these years I'm supposed to do this, and that person isn't helping me. And I really see our role as being, at that point we do have to help, right? I mean, if they've done all those things, then it's our job to then step in and say, okay, let's try and figure this out, because otherwise they're never going to believe anything, right? If we keep saying, okay, well, you go, and then they feel like they weren't listened to, right? And then they don't have somebody to turn to.
You could ask the child to deal with the situation, but be very close by. So for that child to know you are there, for him or for her, and also for the others to know that you are monitoring the situation.
Right.
So it's kind of halfway.
Yeah. I mean, I think definitely encourage them to try, and that's our goal, right? That they're going to be able to solve it on their own, right? They're going to be able to negotiate and use those skills and those things that Dean talked to us about before as well. But yeah, if they've got to that point, then we need to try and step in. I sometimes say too, it's like, okay, well, you go try, and then I'm going to ask you. I'm going to come check on you. So I usually leave them for a little bit and then just go and ask, okay, so how did it go? So, where are we now? And that sort of thing. Sometimes at least they feel that, okay, then I'm coming in, I'm going to do it. I listen, I'm going to come see, or I'll ask you, sometimes I say, I'll ask you next recess, right? How did it go this recess? Let's see how it goes, because they have 2 during the day, then the afternoon one, maybe it'll go better. There's always going to be those kids who have a hard time because of personalities, getting along. You can think of some kids who, they're always fighting, or there's that love-hate relationship between them, right? Again, some intervention from you, but also sometimes the next day, they're best friends again. So it's one of those things that's like, okay, some of it is just the age and getting through those sort of friendships, right? The fair weather friendships really come and go. I say, you have to use your judgment. I say, you can't jump on every, and then the next recess, they're like, okay, look, I thought you guys were, had such a big problem, and now you're best friends again. So you have to use judgment as well. Bullying. I mean, I think we've had not very many instances of bullying through the years. I think we've done, it's been, but again, can't become complacent or naive to think that kind of behavior just does not happen. it goes so fast as far as, right, one comment, especially girls often use, more verbal, boys are more physical as a general rule as far as any sort of bullying stuff happens. So that can go, the walk to PE. It doesn't have to be at recess. It can be at lunch, right? So all those places where you're not under the microscope of the classroom teacher, right? So I think just being vigilant about listening, I think the biggest thing, right, just listening. If the kids say, this kid, and you hear it again the next day, oh, he said this to her again, okay, then we need to intervene, because no kid should feel that they aren't heard or that they, there isn't some sort of intervention from us. And then, to be fair to them, to the parents, and those sorts of things. What about you guys? What do you see as far as being any difficulties at recess, or recess isn't a problem? Recess, any issues that come up regularly at recess?
We have some kids, they like to fight.
Fight, like physically fight?
Like, we had this group, Russian group, and they were kicking. But it's better now.
I think it's better. What actually worked for me, like if I'm making a fun, like if I'm lining up and clapping hands and they're repeating some funny words like 3K is ready to go, they are great or something, and everybody's repeating some fun stuff, I think that's kind of nice to change a little bit strategy, like, to lining them up and also, I know some kids are very sensitive, to be fair, the girl is very sensitive if she's kind of, if the blame is like on the whole group, So I said, look, your group is actually not lined up, maybe you are not ready, but, look at on your right, and she actually turned her head and she saw the situation and she said, all right. So, or I will ask, okay, make sure you have a nice line behind you. And, I think it's such a big, problem. Yeah, I'm tending also to have some helpers. Like at the beginning, some kids I could really give a trust, and I'm changing it, of course, so everybody has a chance to lead, a little group here. So that's also a good strategy to give them the responsibility a little bit for the group, and they like to do that.
The challenge, the problem is the numbers, too many kids, and it becomes more versus a crowd control in the end. In the morning, when the groups are smaller, okay, fine, there is some time, but with the big group after lunch, it's just watching, it takes all the time, all the energy.
Let's see how they are going to be together tomorrow. With what kind of energy we are going to encounter.
That's very true. New kids, I know we're already past our time, but as far as new kids integrating, there's going to be a new girl starting in 4th grade tomorrow. So yeah, that's always, depending on the personality of the kid who's coming in. I think as a whole, the kids are pretty friendly in the classroom, but just how those kids are able to, and those are just the kids to watch as far as what you says, right? As far as, yeah, competitive child. We have some of those at all grade levels. I know, the soccer always becomes
especially
that, and that literally goes from grade 1 Foursquare, yes. That's right. Just any game that you can think of, right? Yes.
Okay. And whose rules? The teacher's rules or our rules?
Right.
We fight, it should be our rules.
So these are actually books made for teenagers, queen bees and wannabes. I like just like the titles, ringleaders and sidekicks, because I do see this already starting from very young, right? And you definitely have them in grade 3, 4, and 5, right? Those girls or boys who think that they have that social power, right? And they have some, right, to make kids, feel good or bad, right? And some kids are more susceptible to than others. And then being
we
aware.
get that a lot in 1st grade, actually, with girls.
Yeah,
I know.
and being aware, of that, and not that we can have some influence on it. We can't completely shift, because it's kind of the kids inadvertently vote you know, in a sense, who has that power, even though they're not aware that they have, right? And then the more the people feel powerful, the more they feel that they can do things to manipulate them, right? So it's more watching those sort of dynamics, right? Who has, and you know, how far does it go, right? If it's influencing kids to really to the extreme that it's a negative way where it's hurting kids, then that's where we need to step in, right? If it's still where it's okay, it's marginally, yes, but again, it's always, and then again, this follows them, right? And then they'll be going into middle school with this. So yeah, so the names of these books and this playground politics, I think that's the key, right? It's all about negotiating, right? Finding your way out there, who you're going to play with, who you're going to find, who's going to be your friend, right? So it's a hard lesson for them, and that's hopefully our role to help them find their way. So if you guys think of anything, please let me know, and I'll try. Third grade, I don't go out so much for recess, but I'll try to go out more to think about ways we can maybe make things better or think about ways of doing it differently. I know the classroom teachers don't go out very much for recess, but I really do think it's an integral part of learning, right? So there's that, you know, really they're saying recess is as important as being in the classroom, right? It makes them able to learn.
Dean is very good at that. He goes sometimes and plays football or show them how to be a captain, how you choose actually, you know, your team. So he's very good at that.
That's great. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We're over time.